Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
and I'm Stacy Manning. A freak accident has claimed the life of a Brunswick County teen. Last Sunday, Raquan Green, 15, of Ash, drowned. He was swimming in a pond with friends in the Longwood area. Rescue workers and divers searched for Raquan for 2.5 hours. His death is being mourned by his friends and family. Raquan, who was also known as Kwani, was a rising sophomore at West Brunswick High School.
More charges have been filed against a couple arrested for animal cruelty. Andrew and Amelia Millis now face 24 charges each. They are charged with having 158 dogs and puppies and 26 birds in inhumane conditions at a puppy mill on Mako Road in Leland. They were arrested August 3rd by the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office. Many people have expressed interest in adopting the animals. Janie Withers with Possibility said most of the puppies have been placed in foster care. She also said most still need medical assistance before they can be adopted out. To find out how you can help, check out the story in this week's Beacon.
A Leland man has pleaded guilty to robbing a business. Joseph Anderson, 31, was indicted by a federal grand jury on March 28th. Anderson tried to rob a store in Wilmington with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The clerk pulled out his own gun and shot Anderson in the leg and hand. This case was part of the Project Safe Neighborhoods initiative. It encourages federal, state, and local agencies to cooperate in a team effort against gun crime and to target repeat offenders who continually harm their communities.
Corruption and shady backdoor deals. That's what some residents are saying Ocean Isle Beach commissioners are up to. It's a charge the town board vehemently denied. Commissioners heard the accusations at a public hearing Tuesday. Members said they were offended by those claims. The issue arose from the town voting to change a zoning ordinance. Under the changed ordinance, a property owner with a 47-foot width lot can apply for a building permit. Previously, the requirement was 50 feet. In this week's Beacon, you can find out which commissioner recused himself from voting on the matter because of a potential conflict of interest and what other town connections had some neighbors seething. A final report assessing Brunswick County schools will be reviewed this week by the Brunswick County School Board. Members took part in a retreat in Southport on Wednesday. A preliminary report released last month cited the board for interference in school and administrative matters. The board is also expected to approve the budget and evaluate Superintendent Edward Pruden.
The Carolina Shores Board of Commissioners have nixed a request to reduce distances for gaming businesses. The board had unanimously voted against a request by a local businessman. Andy Hudson sought to reduce distances between gaming establishment and homes to 300 feet and from schools and churches to 700 feet. The current minimum distance is 1,500 feet. A work crew has been moving dirt at Jaguar's Lair in Sunset Beach. Work at the unfinished development has resumed following town officials meeting with coastal companies. Developer Mark Saunders is supposed to finish infrastructure work in the community, according to town officials who have been meeting with the Saunders representatives.
Throughout Brunswick County, children don't have enough to eat, but there's a little red wagon in Southport collecting food. In 2010, a teacher told Christy Disbrow about a child who didn't have enough to eat. Disbrow offered to help. She put a bin on her front porch and started collecting food. That was the beginning of Matthew's ministry. Last year, the organization provided backpacks full of food for 350 needy children at 11 county schools. Teachers say test scores went up and behavior problems went down. For the next few weeks, an Adopt a Backpack program is underway as the group prepares for schools to open. Matthew's ministry accepts food and monetary donations. A Facebook page and a monthly e-newsletter keep community members up to date. Sign up for the newsletter at matthewsministry.com. For more information, email matthewsministry@gmail.com.
What happened to the McDonald's on US 17 near Grissettown? No worries. Restaurant supervisor Judy Hill says the building at the corner of North Carolina 904 was recently demolished to make way for a larger McDonald's. The new McDonald's should be ready to reopen by October 31st. Customers can expect to see more than twice the seating capacity inside, along with 2 drive-through lanes. Restaurant officials also anticipate being able to hire more workers for the larger Golden Arches.
It is not an ordinary autobiography, and now the extraordinary story of one man's fight for survival may become a feature film. In June, Polish director and screenwriter Paweł Kaczynski spent a week at the Ocean Isle Beach home of author Stanley Opalka. Opalka's 2003 autobiography, Escape from Russia, is the basis of a possible film with the working title, The Boy Who Won World War II. To find out more about this Ocean Isle Beach's residents' book and proposed film, pick up this week's Beacon. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. Football fever is in the air. The West Brunswick Trojans open the 2012 season at 7:30 p.m. Friday, August 17th at home against Hoggard. The team is hitting the field this year with a number of changes in key spots, and it is a sibling rivalry for starting quarterback. Brothers Dustin and Dylan Darguzas are both vying for the spot. For a complete listing of their season, check out the sports section of this week's Beacon. The South Brunswick football team is ready to win with new coach Josh Rusk at the helm. The team also has a new quarterback. Be on the lookout for Blaine Tucker and Austin Grooms as they vie for the starting position. The North Brunswick football team is ready to hit the field with a threatening offensive line. It should be an interesting season as the teams are getting out on the field with the goal of winning. Helping encourage the players on the field are the cheerleaders. All three schools have squads ready to cheer on their teams this season. Don't forget, if you can't make it to a game night, you can check out Trojan football right here on ATMC TV. Home games will be aired Wednesday and Thursday nights. Read all of these stories and see more great photos in this week's sports section of the Beacon.
Hi, I'm out at Brunswick County Animal Shelter today with Buffy and Gail Smith, one of the volunteers here. And Gail, what can you tell us about Miss Buffy?
Well, as you can see, Buffy is an active little girl. And I believe she's a golden retriever mix. And I think we thought she was about 9 months old.
9 months old.
The good part is she's been spayed.
That is great.
Which means you don't have to worry about later. She's all ready to go. She loves playing with stuffed toys.
We're out here in the doggy play yard today, and she's been having a great time. I tell you what, she's got a lot of energy.
Oh, yeah.
And all these dogs are really enjoying this playtime
They sure
out here.
are.
Thanks to you and the other volunteers who
Yes,
have
they
been
sure
coming
are.
and walking them and playing with them, and it really has made a great difference.
It makes us volunteers feel good, too.
And it makes the dogs more adoptable too, doesn't it, Gail?
Oh, yeah. A lot of these dogs probably have never been on a lead in their lives. And what we're trying to do here is just to get them to learn to walk on a lead so that they are controllable. And I'll tell you, it makes a big difference.
It really
It
does.
makes a big difference.
Well, Gail, thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Laura.
And thank you, Miss Buffy. It looks like she's calmed down just a little bit to be in her bed today.
Whitney Sauls and Jamie Watson are the overall winners of this year's Dancing with the Brunswick Stars competition. Sauls, the local star, and her professional partner Watson were among 21 couples who competed in this year's event on August 10th. More than $160,000 was raised for the Brunswick Community College Foundation. Find out about other winning dance teams in this year's competition. It's in this week's issue of the Brunswick Beacon, and look for more photos at the end of tonight's show.
Beginning Friday, August 24th, the Amuseu Theater in Southport will be performing the third in its series of rock and roll productions. Rock and Roll, Here to Stay is focused on the decade between 1955 and 1965. The show will be offered for 2 consecutive weekends at 7:30 p.m. August 24th, 25th, 30th, 31st, and September 1st, and 3 p.m. August 26th and September 2nd.
Toddlers and older girls with tiaras will be featured in the North Carolina Oyster Festival pageant this Saturday, August 18th. The pageant starts at 11 a.m. at 101 Stone Chimney Place in Supply. It's taking place in conjunction with the upcoming 32nd Annual North Carolina Oyster Festival, scheduled for October 20th and 21st in Ocean Isle Beach. Registration for the pageant is $60 and will take place prior to the event starting at 8:30 a.m. The pageant is for girls ages birth to 16 years old. There are 9 pageant divisions ranging from Baby Miss to Teen Miss. For more information, call the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce at 754-6644.
Most pet parents and vets never give much thought to one of the most important aspects of pet nutrition, how we feed our pets. Want to know the best way to feed your dog or cat? A food puzzle. Check out Dr. Ernie Ward's video and see for yourself why a food puzzle is the best. Dr. Ward is a regular columnist for The Beacon. Look for his column next week where he will talk about puppy mills and how they affect our community.
The Raleigh Ringers are coming to Sunset Beach on August 25th. The concert is scheduled for 7 p.m. at Seaside United Methodist Church. Tickets are $15 and are available through the church office or online at seasideumc.org. Tickets will also be available at the door. For more information, call the Seaside United Methodist Church office at 579-5753.
Kids of all ages modeled the latest back-to-school fashions this past Saturday at the Kid Fest celebration at Belk and Charlotte. Here's a closer look at the local school children and the latest fashions they modeled on the runway at the August 11th celebration in Belk's Children's Department.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's show with more images of Dancing with the Brunswick Stars.